Happy Halloween. Maybe that should be the catchphrase of 2020. You know, when you're moving things around inside of OBS and things. That's better. I'm Johnny H. Here today, we're going to talk about a couple things in OBS that's going to help you get things looking choice. And I'm talking about how to line up those pesky webcam frames with your webcam, easy peasy every time, just to make sure that everything's looking crisp and clean so that when you stream, everything's on point. All right, so you've been working super hard on that new clean overlay for your webcam, but you're trying to get it lined up inside of OBS, and it's the most frustrating experience trying to get those tiny lines to match up with the edges of your webcam frame. Me personally, I like to use a mask on the webcam that matches the frame. This way, everything lines up exactly the way you need with no frustration. It also gives you the flexibility to move your webcam around without moving the actual frame. You can see how using masks can be very useful, especially when trying to create scenes similar to my ultra wide stream design. So what we're going to be working on here is exactly what you see in the bottom corner of my screen right now. We're going to create a mask to help shape the camera and to make sure that it lines up simple and clean without any hassle. Okay, so taking a look, got our blank canvas here. We want to say, okay, we've created our webcam frame. Drop one in here just like this. So I always like to make sure that the ratios are correct. With my personal webcam frame, some people use 4:3 ratio, some people use 16:9, but you can use pretty much any shape you want. It just depends on your stream and what look that you're going for. So here I'm going to set it to 1280 by 720, and then I'm going to scale it down proportionately to whichever size I feel comfortable, and we will place it here. Okay, so let's say that that's the mask that we want to create. So that's where I want the actual picture to be. I will design my webcam frame around that space and make sure that everything lines up the way we need it to line up. From in here, we'll drop, for simplicity's sake, just drop another box right here. I could have just copied and pasted it. It's just however you choose to do it. And then let's up the stroke on it to create a clean frame. And by clicking this button right here, we make the corners nice and sharp. Sometimes you have to up the miter a little bit just to make sure that you get nice points on the ends of your corners and things are nice and clean. All right, so the next thing you want to do is position any logos or anything that you might want to use to make sure that your brand is represented on the scene. So we've created the actual frame here. I'm going to change the color into my personal brand colors, and then I'm going to drop my logo in here. I'm just going to kind of drop it up here in the corner just to kind of give it something there, but kind of out of the way. So that way it's nice and clean and things look good. So now using these layers, I'm going to create my mask and the overlay itself. Okay, so I've got these three layers. We're just going to take this one right here. This is the one that has the stroke on it. Make sure it's transparent in the middle. Otherwise, you won't be able to see through it. And then you've got your other one in the back. So hiding that solid in the background, we will export it. And this is important. You want to export it to match your resolution size in OBS. This way you can simply place them and then move your camera to fit without having to move the actual individual little boxes around the screen. Okay, so in my case, I stream at 1920 by 1080. I will export at that size. Select webcam frame, save, place, yes. Okay, then next you're going to unselect those. Make sure that your webcam mask is showing. I like to set it to white just to make sure that it is on point with what I'm trying to do. So there I have that mask, and that is where the webcam frame or the webcam itself will go. And then I will export this as a PNG as well. Webcam frame. We're going to call this webcam mask. Save that. So now we're in OBS, and we have to create the two elements that we need to make this work. What we need to do is we need to create a scene for our webcam. Okay, so we will create a new scene. Number of scene, webcam masked is what I'm calling it. Okay. Then I add the video capture device. In this case, I've set up a Logitech webcam. So here we are. We've got our scene webcam. And what I want to do is I want to go down to the scene and go to filters, add filter, image mask is what I want to do. Say OK. Then for here, we will select path, browse, quickly grab our webcam mask that we created and click open. And now you can see it's framed the webcam. We'll close that. We're going to come back to the sources, select the Logitech webcam, and we're going to shrink it, proportion it. We're going to make it so we can move it and frame it within the mask itself. So we can do it like that, but it gives us a little bit more play. We don't have to get it perfectly lined up. So now we're going to create another scene, which will be our main scene. We're going to come down here, main scene, click OK. I'm going to add a source. We are adding an image, main overlay. Well, let's just call this webcam frame for simplicity. OK. And we're going to select that webcam frame image that we made. Open. OK. There it is. Now what we need to do to make this work is you actually have to add the scene that we created for the webcam that's masked into this scene. So we'll say add scene webcam masked. Hit OK. And now we're going to adjust the layer and drop it down. And as you can see, let's add the display capture just so we can see exactly what's going on. Hit OK. Transform. Let's fit that to screen and pull it down to the bottom. Now you can see it's perfectly lined up. There's no missing edges, no gaps, no seams, no nothing. Perfectly crisp and clean, ready for your next stream. I tell you, that webcam looks pretty good. So now you've seen how to make a webcam frame. You've seen how to make the mask for the webcam. You've seen how to install those in OBS and lined up perfectly for your next stream. I hope you like what you've seen here today. If you have any comments, please drop them in the boxes down below. As I have now officially made the move to YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell down below to get notifications on all the new content and live streams. Once again, I'm Johnny H, and I hope you have a great day.
Still heal though. She's healing up. She's still healing. Nice job, nice job, nice job.